Hey there, I'm Ken. This is Canadian Retro Things. Welcome. I hope every single one of you out there is having a great day. Today, I'm going to work on my other CoCo 2. By my other CoCo 2, I mean the first CoCo 2 that I had. You'll notice that recently I've been working on another CoCo 2, the one with the Banker board in it, the switching thing to make it 256K. Well, that's a new CoCo 2 that I got. I have my original CoCo 2 that a while back I tried to put a composite board into. That did not go as planned. So I tried to fix it, and it still didn't work. So guess what we're doing today? Yep, that's right. We are going to try and finally get that CoCo 2 working. So let's jump right into doing that and see what happens. I have the CoCo 2 open. I have all of these wires disconnected. So now, I can completely take the board out of here. I have to disconnect the wires for the audio and visual plugs. Now, I can move the CoCo out of the way. And let's get all of these wires off of here. Now, the problem that I think this board is having is, after talking to people that are much smarter than me, is that I have these wires too long, and that is affecting the timing. So apparently the timing on the CoCo is very sensitive, and having too long of a wire will throw that timing off. Now, I've been doing a lot of work on this board, a lot of soldering and desoldering and everything else. So I think I'm going to clean this board up a little bit with some solder wick. Get everything all nice and pristine looking, so that when I'm putting this all back together, it'll be like it's new. The holes are all cleaned out on the board, so the next thing I have to tackle is these. Now, when I was extending them, I only had like one piece of smaller gauge wire. I have these much larger gauge wires on the rest of them, which are actually a little bit too thick, I think. Next thing to do is change them to be a smaller gauge wire. I think I've only got the one color, but I'll deal with that. Since the ends are all different colors, that's fine. So I will quite simply remove these off of each one. The green one can stay because it's already a small gauge wire. Now I just have to remember how to take this off. That one wasn't easy to get off, but it's done. Now I gotta go find the wire to make some smaller wires for this. I guess if I put a little piece of foam on top of this resistor, I could just stick it up there, have it sitting like that. Anyways, that means that I have to figure out how long to make the wires. And because I want this to be as short as possible to see if we can get rid of that signal problem, make them all about that long. All right, let's cut some wires and get them attached to these plungers and get this out of the way for now. That's about right. So these are cut to about the right size, so it's time to start attaching them. I guess we'll go with red for this one. Good blob of solder on there. Then attach it. There we go. Now I'm just going to do that with the others. There we go. Now I can start soldering these to the board. Dang it. I soldered the wrong one on. There we go. It's all back together. Except for the audio-visual cables. So I have to decide how I'm going to mount this. Am I still going to try to keep this hidden under the board, or should I just hang it out the back? I think I'm just going to hang it out the back, so I'm going to shorten these wires. So if I made this as I should, black should be ground. There. That'll do. So, I would have to say my biggest complaint about this board is that the holes in it are tiny, especially for wires. Alrighty, we got all of the stuff hooked back up. I really don't know where I'm going to put this board, but it's all hooked back up. Now we can just take it and, yeah, stick it, plug it in and try it out and see if it works or not. Okay, we are back at the computer. We got Dungeons of Daggeryth in there. In case you don't remember what it looked like before, here's a shot from the last video. So, let's see, what does it look like now? Still very, very green. So let's hook this up to a CRT and through the the RF out and see how it looks. It wasn't looking green before. Let's see how it looks now. Okay, we got it hooked up through the good old-fashioned RF here. All right, that's not right. Okay, well, does that mean my CoCo 2 has stopped working? Let's hook up one of my other computers and make sure it's not this TV. I've had a problem with my CRTs going kaplooey lately, so. All right, I got one of my CoCo 1s hooked up. Let's see what happens. Color. Huh, interesting. It's causing it to reset. Is it this cartridge? Could this be the problem? Yep. Well, that's loading up normally, so just a second. Gotta grab another cartridge. I guess I didn't try that CoCo 2 without a cartridge in it, so. Oh, great. Now I appear to be having problems with this CoCo. The cartridge slot's not reading. The first thing that I'm going to check on this computer is whether or not I blew up the 555 chip that I put in here. So we'll get another one out. And see if that's going to make a difference or not. All right, let's plug this back in and see if that made a difference. No, it did not. Okay, it's not the 555 chip. I'm wondering if I accidentally blew out a capacitor or something, such as I've been working on this computer. Look, I've got color again. It is again a color computer. I know you're asking yourself, well, how did that happen? Well, I thought about it, and I think when I originally had the problem with the board, I was playing with the pots a little bit to see if I could adjust it at all. And that little pink guy down here, that adjusted the color. The color's working. So now let's throw Megabug in and see if we are getting any yellow border or not. And we are. That should be a white border. That means there's definitely something wrong in the color circuit. And it's not the 555 timer. Now, it is the 555 timer a good portion of the time, but there are some other problems, and I will tell you about them as soon as I look them up. So I did a little bit of searching around and tracing out the circuit on the board here and discovered there is a pot back here. It's C43, which is a 9 to 35 trimmer, 9 to 35 picofarad trimmer, which should adjust the wavelength of the everything here. So when you actually turn this, nothing's happening, but it's flashing every now and then, which leaves me to believe that this is not working quite properly. So that's one possibility. The other possibility is there's a couple more pots here that I haven't played with. Well, actually, it turns it dulls the colors really bad, but see if we play with the other ones in conjunction with that. And it's still not really working properly. The colors look like crap on there right now. Let's actually take a look at this without the cartridge in, just to see what the colors look like. So that's not quite the electric green that usually the CoCo has. So that's more like it. But I'm going to guess that will mean I've now got green borders. Yep, see, yellowish green borders. So guess there's going to have to be some more work done on this. I'm not even sure if I'm going to even put this composite circuit back in, because it really does not seem to work all that well. Not my favorite thing that I've ever bought for my computers. I've been looking around to see if I can find one of those trimmers, and they're not exactly the easiest part to find. So actually, if anybody out there knows of a good place for me to get one of those, or a replacement part that would work, then I'd love to hear about that in the comments. So this was an interesting one. I finished off the video exactly where I started on the one computer and discovered another computer that's having problems. So I've actually taken a step back during this one. So yeah, I would say this definitely is a fail. All right, well, even though it was a fail, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget that a like, a subscribe, and a comment below are all things that are greatly appreciated and help the channel out a lot. So until the next time, I don't know how long it's going to be before I can get the parts I need to fix this computer, but it will be happening in the future. So until the next video comes out, have yourself a great day.